I'm so excited because I ordered this deck and it showed up yesterday and I've cleansed it. So you are getting the very first use of this deck with me. So welcome. This is the Mystical Shaman Oracle deck by Alberto Colette Baron Reed and Marcella Lobos. I don't want to mess up these names, but the illustrations are beautiful. So I'm just going to put that there. And if you do love this deck, I will put the link, um, or I will put, yeah, I'll put the link to where I got it from. Amazon, guys, Amazon. So let's open it up together. Um, It has 68 cards. So on the inside it says, before there was time, before there was language, there were the sacred symbols. And right there already is a symbol. I don't know. I get witch's broom there. Yeah, I definitely feel witchy vibes on that one. Okay, so we just want to see. Now, there is a certain way to use these cards, and I was kind of reading through the deck or the guidebook to kind of see how to work with them. But basically, each card has three messages: the essence, the invitation, and the medicine. So basically, what is this card symbolizing? The essence comes first. The invitation is like, what are you getting from this card and to do, you know? And then the medicine is like where you need to put healing and focus on healing and growing. Okay, very interesting. My cat is doing her it always freaks me out. I'm like, are you okay? So let's see here. Yeah. So I probably will be using the guidebook just because I have not used this deck yet. So welcome on in. Let's connect with spirit. I'm opening this session up for messages to the collective. I am asking for this message to be protected, to get to those that need. Oh, and I just saw like Paul Revere like writing with a message, you know, the British are coming, the British, and it's like it feels like this message is getting to you through this deck of cards, you guys. Like it feels like I don't know, it's like there's a message trying to come to you through these cards right now. Oh, and here's the back of them. Very cool. Reminds me of a compass and a shield. Very Native American vibes I'm getting. Okay. Let's see here. All right. We've got the beloved. Ooh, lots of red. Fiery passion. I'm getting Mars. Mars. Men are from Mars. Women are from Venus. Yeah. So masculine energy here. I've got the ancient ones. You know what? Let me do a little bit more shuffling just because I didn't really do shuffle quite yet. I saged every card and imbued my energy into it along with just kind of connecting and merging my energy with the cards. So I'm feeling like I want to. And I'll put timestamps so that if you don't want to watch this process, that's okay. But I do feel like some of you are curious to see what some people do with new decks. So as I opened it, I burned sage and I passed every card through the sage smoke and I said a little prayer over the card. Every single one of them. It took about 10 minutes, but it's a process that I feel very drawn to do thoroughly when I get a new set of cards, especially one that's been handled by many people. Even though the the fabulous designers and creators of this deck put their own special healing energy into it as well. So I wanted it to get back to that state, which is what I did as I talked over the cards. So, Spirit, I'm hearing that song, Oceans by Hillsong, Spirit Lead Me. Spirit lead me where my feet could where beyond. Ah. Oh, the lyrics are leaving me. Hold on, I got it right here. Spirit, lead me where my trust is without borders. Let me walk upon the waters wherever you would call me. Take me deeper than my feet could ever wander, and my faith will be made stronger in the presence of my Savior. I've mentioned this song before, and I'm seeing 11:55 on the clock right now. But those specific lyrics of that song have been kind of like singing in my head. Spirit, lead me where my trust is without borders. In other words, having full trust in Spirit, full trust. Last night I watched Raya and the Last Dragon on the Disney Channel, and there's a lot of like trust things going on there. So I do feel like we are being called to really trust in Spirit and the universe and nature and the energy surrounding us to kind of help us and co-create with us and support us in our life journeys. Let me walk upon the waters wherever you would call me. So no matter where you're being led to, not wondering like, oh, that seems like a rough thing. I don't know if I can make it through that. You have to, that's where the trust in Spirit comes from, is that they will support you as you go through this challenge I'm feeling. Take me deeper than my feet could ever wander. Like, we think we have gone so far in our understanding of Spirit and the universe, and there's always so much more to learn because the universe is ever expanding. Every time you have a thought, an idea, every time you come into something new, and it makes your brain think of something new. Like, anytime you have something new come in or realize something, you're expanding the universe. Every time you do something to be creative, or you search for the truth or whatever, you're expanding the universe. Every time you take the time to imagine and visualize things that don't even exist yet in the world, you are expanding the universe, okay? And my faith will be made stronger in the presence of my Savior. In other words, when you believe, Spirit shows up. When you believe, Spirit shows up. When you have faith and trust, they show up for you, okay? So I feel like someone really needed to hear that message. And some of what I try to teach, and I was feeling very drawn to wear my little pink owl earrings, and it made me think of my name, Spiritual Teacher. And that is what I feel like I'm doing, is I feel like I am teaching people about the energy surrounding them so that they can be aware. And I just feel like I'm planting seeds for people, and I also have to trust Spirit that I'm going in the right direction, because I'll be honest, I've been really questioning it lately. Not like if I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, but like, is there something else I should be doing? Is there something else that I'm missing that, and I just have to trust that Spirit's leading me there. As I say, I trust you, Spirit. I know I'm following my heart. I'm following my path. So I'm going to keep going. And yeah, it's just every day is like, well, what's going to happen today? What new things am I going to learn today? It's really a cool experience, actually. So, all right, the cards are like, okay, shuffle me enough. Let's get going. All right, let's see here. What can we let the collective know at this time? I'm also being called to tell you that there are fires kind of breaking out where I live, but not near me, but like just in the vicinity. And I was driving home the other day, and there was a fire on a road very close to my house. And it was small, it wasn't raging, it was just like a grass fire kind of. But the smoke was being blown and the wind was blowing. I was like, oh my God. Like, I hope. And there were trucks, there were people there trying to put out the fire. But I went into panic mode, honestly. I was like, I don't want to take the chance. So I went and ran our sprinklers, and I took the hose and I soaked the backyard. I soaked all the wood, the fence in the backyard. I just, part of me was like, you're probably doing too much. But it felt like at the same time that I was doing all that, I was like, even if I'm being overly exaggerative in my reaction, I'm watering the grass right now. I'm watering my willow tree. I'm watering, the or what are those tulips? The plants around my yard. So I saw a dual purpose to it. And so that actually helped in calming me. It's like my purpose changed from panic. My energy changed from panic to more like gratitude and connection with the earth. So it was a really cool experience. And so I just had to trust that that happened for a reason. All right, we've got 3 cards here. We've got, the staff. And you know what's interesting? I immediately saw a giraffe. Immediately I saw a giraffe. 51 is kind of jumping out at me right now, so someone may be 51. Actually, I know the significance for 51 for me. And this triangle right there is also kind of significant, like the 3 points. I'm hearing Merkaba. The moon is here. Wow, this artist really is incredible. The moon, I don't know if you can see it right there. So a crescent moon that also looks like a symbol of some sort. And then we've got the skull there. I think it's a deer skull, maybe. Could be something else. We got feathers, and I see the staff is like interwoven like this, right? So let's look in the guidebook for the staff on page 51. Like I said, you guys, this is so new. So if you'll be patient with me, I think it'll be very beneficial for you. Because I know it can be hard to watch a reading sometimes where where you're having to be patient for the information. The staff is the symbol of authority. Okay. Almost like I saw somebody going, with their staff. It holds the power to temper extremes. The staff helps you find the right course of action, the way of the middle, and aids you to maintain your balance after you begin walking in that direction. Moses carried a serpent staff through the desert, and with it he could summon the power of nature to heal or call plagues. The staff reminds you of the impermanence of things and that your authority must come from your deep longing to serve. So, so here is something that is so interesting, you guys. Something I've struggled with since the beginning is that, I grew up as a Southern Baptist, right? And one of the themes was serving God, serving Jesus. And it's not that you are, and so it's almost like they said it in a way to where, your purpose here is to walk the path that Jesus walked and serve in the name of Jesus, serve in the name of God, right? And I never understood. I never understood that. I was like, what? I can barely take care of myself. Why am I serving others? Like the energy just wasn't there for me. I can tell now that I've increased my self love, and I've been open to healing energies, that now I feel that purpose to serve. That's why that song is coming up, the ocean song, because the lyrics literally are meaning like I'm trusting you, Spirit. I'm trusting you that my purpose is to serve humanity, that my purpose is to uplift humanity. And that's what that song is kind of saying is trust that where you're being led is for the higher purpose of the earth. And there is a lot of healing that comes with, I feel like that type of something like it's like your heart chakra has to open in order to really understand the desire to serve. Because otherwise, if it's not and it's blocked, you're really more looking at how to serve yourself or what can you do for yourself or to better yourself. Well, when you get to the point of understanding that your life is actually really, really, really good the way it is, and you're surrounded by beautiful things, and you have your health and your mind and your awareness, then you start to shift to, well, wait, how can I help the world? How can I help people? What can I do to make a difference? And I think if you don't feel that way, there's a certain amount of guilt that comes with that, especially if you grew up in a Christian, home. Um, and so it can feel forced sometimes and not authentic. And so, what I'm encouraging of you is to serve in an authentic way, not feeling obligated, not feeling forced, but where are you being led to serve? I think that's what they forget. Where are you being led? If you want to feed the hungry, feed the hungry. If you want to create something to put out into the world, wherever you're being drawn. Some of you are needing to use your voice to put out messages to the world. That's what I feel like partly of what I'm doing is I'm putting out messages to the world to help lift and help you get through these tough times in order to grow and heal. Okay. All right. Very cool card. Okay, give me just a second. I stopped the clock right at 1717, and that number has been really coming up a lot lately. I just got to ring my bell. Sometimes I feel like I need to give it a real good smacking. Okay, so the staff, you know how to flow easily between polarities, how to weigh all possibilities and instinctively select the right path. That's what I'm saying. Follow that, trust that inner wisdom. Use the power of the staff to unite what appears to be divided. Yes. And that's what Raya and the Last Dragon was about, was that their people had been divided. And so the whole thing was trying to bring them back together. So it's of course it's all connecting. I'm wearing my Metatron's cube, which is all about how we are all connected. All connected, you guys. Like if you think that something's not connected, I promise you it's connected somehow. Okay, so the medicine for this card is you are caught in the delicate balance between opposing forces, between masculine and feminine, between action and non-action. Use this to your advantage, as there can be no day without night, no low without high, no right without wrong. This is the time to take corrective action, beginning with your beliefs about what needs to be fixed or repaired. Let destiny take its course, nudging it slightly along. And that is definitely where I've been, you guys. So I truly feel like these readings sometimes are for me as well. I am at the point of like when to take action, when not to take action, when to push something along or when to like rest from it. So, and it takes just listening to my intuition. Okay. We have the Rainmaker. Oh, look at those wings. Okay, so obviously I couldn't sleep this morning. So I started Raya like a few days ago and then I didn't finish it. And last night I couldn't sleep. My right arm was really causing me some issues. Just the muscles are sore from, I don't know. And so I couldn't sleep, and so I turned that movie on. I felt very drawn to watch that movie. It was like, okay, I'm gonna turn the TV on, but I don't like what Raya. Like, put Raya back on. And so one of the things, if you haven't seen the movie, spoiler alert, okay, is that one of the powers of the dragon is rain. And so the fact that the Rainmaker came out, and what was really cool is when it rains, the dragons can like use the raindrops to step and kind of like step along. It was really cool. If you haven't seen the movie, you should watch it. It's super magical. So the Rainmaker to me is like, let me look at this. Definitely getting bird symbolism here, as well as the moon. Very feminine energy in this. Rain is very cleansing. Rainmaker. Okay. 42. The number 42 might be significant for you. Let's look up the Rainmaker. Pachamama. All right. The Rainmaker is a master of manifestation. Yes. Who can call on the elements of nature to serve the greater good? When the power to co create is used with integrity, great beauty and benefit flow to all. So, something with the fires and everything going on, I kind of that's that balance I'm feeling, is that I was sitting there going, okay, Spirit, with the fires happening, can we have some rain to put these fires out? And then it was like, well, how do I know that these fires aren't meant to be there to burn away the old and start new growth? So it's like, well, I didn't retract my request, but I had a higher understanding that my request might not be submitted or denied, because nature has its own purpose for things. So it's interesting that it's saying you can call on the elements of nature if it's for the greater good. I was selfishly thinking of my neighborhood and everything, but really when I think about it, if I go bigger, there's fires other places, and so the rain would really extinguish those fires as well. The whole thing is, I just don't want anybody or any animals or any homes being destroyed by fire, which can be good, but I was calling on the element of water to help put out the fires that are ruining people's lives. So there's a big difference in selfishly asking for rain and then thinking of everyone else and asking for the rain. The rainmaker, when the earth is parched, the rainmaker calls the waters from heaven, and all that is dormant in the fields and in people's hearts springs to life again. Where I watered, like everything is greener. I did water weeds in the front yard, so there's that, but but the bees are probably happy. So the rainmaker is calling you to create something new from the elements that are already in your life. Be sure you work with what is and not with what might be or could have been. Okay. Dropping some knowledge there. Be sure you work with what is and not with what might be or could have been. Work with the current energy. Okay, so I feel like some of you here might be in a relationship where you're thinking of, well, if this person did this, I would be happy. Or this person used to do this, so I know they still have it in them, and I was happy then, so they still have it in them, so I'm going to hold on to the hope that it's going to come back out again, right? Yeah, that's what this, somebody here's definitely, there's a collective here that's definitely sitting in relationships where you are thinking of, if they changed, you'd be so happy, or they had stuff, they used to buy me flowers, they used to take me on dates, they used to do this, holding on to the past to feel any sense of happiness again. The seeds that have been silently germinating in your heart will burst forth ready for the sunlight. Do not hold back. remember that the world is only mirroring back to you the condition of your love and your intent. So change these within before you take any action. Do not take life personally. Everything you see is a mirror for you. Right now, as I look out into my office, I see all the things that mean so much to me that I put up and surround myself with. And they're all so beautiful. And then I look and I'm like, man, it could be more organized. So that lets me know that there's something inside of me that feels the need to, like, I like being organized, and there are certain spots in the room that are organized, but overall the picture's not exactly how I want it. So now when I look behind me, I love what I see, but that is not what the rest of my office looks like. So I know that there's something in me that's holding on to disorganization for some reason. Could be self-sabotage. Could be that that's where I'm comfortable. That makes me feel like where I'm comfortable at, but why, right? So there's just reflection to be done. Okay, last one. 44, the sacrifice. Wow, it's like she's offering up something there. What is she offering up? Oh, a butterfly. Looked like an orange to me. So maybe orange, someone's eating an orange. Maybe someone needs oranges for that vitamin C. I'm getting hawk here. Oh, I'm getting the Egyptian god Hawthorne. Wait a second. Oh, Hawthorne. Hawthorne, Egyptian god. Oh, Hathor. Hathor? So this is a okay. Okay, but that's a crow. Oh, okay, so maybe that is. So Hathor and Isis. Oh, so they kind of go back. Okay, so Hathor and Isis kind of are interchangeable. So this is definitely some Isis, just some Egyptian connections here. So you may be one that has had Egyptian things come up lately for you. I'm very excited because I'm going to the King Tut exhibit this coming weekend. Very, very excited about that. I feel like when I go that there's, I don't know, I'm going to do some meditating on it. I just feel like seeing some of those things will help me make a connection of some sort. All right, the sacrifice. Obviously, when we are elevating, there is a certain sacrifice that we are making. Because as you elevate. Yeah, elevate. So elephant came through right there. That's interesting. Um, Things fall away, and sometimes it can feel like you're choosing to allow that thing to fall away in order to elevate, so that it feels like a sacrifice. And you're right, you are sacrificing your lower energies that have been around you in order to elevate, because they can't come with you, and all they're going to do is drag you down if you allow them. Okay, if they choose to come with you, that's fabulous, but that's not your responsibility. Your responsibility is to keep elevating, keep loving yourself, keep showing up for yourself. And yes, sacrifices will need to be made, all for the greater good. Okay, so let's look up the sacrifice to see if there's anything else I can get from that. So to sacrifice means to make sacred. The sacrifice is an offering of gratitude made from the heart, a feast of love prepared for spirit. In olden days, sacrifices sometimes involved rituals in which blood was offered to the gods. For example, in the Bible, Yahweh preferred Abel's sacrifice of one of his lambs to Cain's offering of vegetables and fruits. In Middle America, however, I don't know how to say it. Quetzalcoatl. I know that's not right. I'm so sorry. The Lord of the Dawn came to teach that spirit preferred our songs and our prayers to the blood of animals or humans. So, song, prayer. The sacrifice asks that you offer to spirit that which is most precious to you. Your offering will be sanctified and returned tenfold. You will be elevated to the altar at which you have been praying and meet the divine at the table with the heavenly feast. You are a welcome guest in this banquet. Your heart is the only worthy offering you can bring. Life has been generous with you in so many ways. Oh, I'm getting like a lot of energy rushing through me. This is let me say those last lines again, and it's 12:22 on the clock as I say this. Your heart is the only worthy offering you can bring. So I feel like some of you, as I was saying, sacrifice the thing that's most precious to you, and you're like, whoa, what's most precious to me? And there's the answer: it's your heart, because this is the center of everything. This is the magnet that attracts everything to you. Your heart is, depending on what healed state is in, is how you interact with the world. When you have a closed off heart, you're a very closed off person. When you have an open heart, you're very open to people. What is the one person or thing you feel you cannot live without? It is time to offer it all to spirit so that it may unfold as it will. Do not cling to the old form or allow your sacrifice to weigh heavily upon you. You have sacrificed yourself and your dreams for far too long. Now is the time to rededicate yourself to your journey. When you make sacred, you open the doors to infinite wealth. Do not delay. Man, that's really intense here. And I'm feeling a lot of energy towards this card and towards you guys getting this card, towards us getting this card. Because like I said, when I give these readings, I am connected to these readings as well. So, Spirit, I feel like I need to draw some tarot here on this last card. Spirit, we just want to know more. I feel like there's more to this. I'm seeing the High Priestess card in my mind's eye, like almost like it's an intuitive decision. Okay, wow. So with this sacrifice, some of you may be sacrificing okay, so you heard what it said. You're sacrificing something in order for it to come back tenfold. So some of you may be sacrificing a job, a relationship, a home, a friendship, but because I just got the Fool, but with that comes new job, new relationship, one that's way more fitting, way more satisfying. With the Success card coming out with the Six of Wands, this is victory and accomplishment. I am also seeing, I'm getting that it's time to come out of hiding. It's time to show who you really are. Yeah, with this sacrifice, this is just, it just kind of like I'm seeing like a barber chair like pump you up, you know how they like pump you up to get to the level they need to reach your hair. And so I'm seeing like that chair like pumping you up, you know? That's interesting. So maybe some of you here might be someone who cuts hair, or also it kind of reminds me of like the hospital beds where they pump you up. So some of you might have been maybe a nurse or a doctor, or could be have been in the hospital recently. So let's see here. I'm not sure what I'm doing right now. I just got really confused all of a sudden. What is that energy? I'm being drawn to my romance and love cards. All right, what's coming in through here? Okay. By the way, these readings are more of confirmation of what you've been feeling rather than telling your future or telling what's coming in. This is more, it feels more of confirmation of what you've been feeling. So look what we have here. Wish and abundance. I just heard your wish is coming true. This says someone you wished for is coming in, but I really feel like this is like whatever wish you have is coming in, and it's leading to abundance. I mean, you have the Six of Wands and the abundance card here. Open your heart to receive this abundance. You know, open your heart, be open to it coming in any way that spirit lets it come in. You have to trust. You have to trust. That's what that ocean song. Play that ocean song. But yeah, you have to trust that if you are open, allowing spirit to bring to you your desires in a way that you may not even be thinking about. Okay? Yeah, I'm just hearing when you finally stop. Hold on. Let me get that right. When you finally stop feeling desperate for it is when it will come in. How difficult is that, too? Because when we're desperate for something, we're coming from a lack mindset and a needy mindset. When you're desperate for something, there's something you feel like it's going to fulfill you, fill a void that you have. So spirit's really encouraging you fill this void within yourself first before your desires come in. Unfortunately, that is how it works. You have to be fulfilled within yourself first. Okay, I'm pulling the oyster shell here, just getting some charms out of my lovely charm bag. I went to a Tarot Tuesday thing, and I think about 2 or 3 people had this same charm bag. It's funny. Okay, I got the Buddha statue head. So that to me symbolizes peace. I also noticed the third eye there on that statue. So this is almost like a calling to work on your third eye. I've got the Elvis thimble. So, okay, the year 1977 popped in my head. I know that's when he passed, but that year may be significant for you. He's also playing piano on this, so some of you might um, play the piano, or this is spirit encouraging you to get creative with music. His hand in mine. So I felt a very loving. I know that that is a gospel song that Elvis sings, but I'm feeling very romantic vibes there, or like support. Okay. A dice. So I love when the dice comes out because it makes me feel like this is telling us a time. And I know everybody's always when. Well, when, you know? Two. Two is what I rolled. So this, and they're orange. Orange is your sacral chakra. This is about relationships, your relationships with people. And two being the number, like holding your hand in mine, two people. So I definitely feel that some of you are coming into love, um, a romantic partnership. This also could be just someone that needs to be in your life. Like it's like y'all have a purpose together is what I'm feeling. So it could be romantic, could be platonic, could be business, could be friendship, could be a new family member, could be someone's having a baby. Two is also a number of merging, yeah. So if it was time, though, it's funny because time went right out the window when I got the two. But if it is related to time, this could be 2 days, 2 years, 2 months, 2 weeks, 2 seasons. I gotcha. All right, this is my hematite ring. So when I pull that, to me, it feels like protection. Like this is a time to really protect yourself with things like crystals, saging your space, um, visualizing bubbles of protection around you. I was in the shower, and I was washing my arm, and there was a bubble that formed with the soap, and I kept trying to pop it, and it was just like moving with my hand. It was so fun. But yeah, I just reminded like a bubble of protection. Okay. One more we want to get. Oh, we got the turtle. Look at the turtle. So a turtle is about grounding, and also the shell they have on their back is very protecting for them, like super protecting. I saw a video of a shark with a turtle in its mouth, but it wasn't able to like bite the turtle fully because of the shell of the turtle, and the turtle was saved because it went up to a boat. I'm sure y'all have seen that video, and the caption's like, "A dolphin was saving the turtle." No, that was a shark trying to eat the turtle, but luckily those people in the boat saved it. So you are very protected, is what I just heard. Very protected. Even something as sharp as shark's teeth can't penetrate through your protective barrier. And that's because of what you're doing to protect yourself, but also because Spirit is protecting you. I swear to you, Spirit is protecting you because you have a purpose. Wow. That's amazing. Also, turtles are about taking your time with things, steady, consistently. Yeah, just consistency over as you are consistent over time, you start to see the changes. We are a society of wanting to see things so fast, like instant results, and it's because of everything that our society does. That's why. But really, this is a time of taking things slow and building a solid foundation. That number 44 is coming back out to me. So, yes. All right, guys, this was your reading using my new mystical shaman oracle deck. Very awesome deck. Again, I will have, um, anyways, you can get it off Amazon. So, yeah. All right. Much love and light to you guys. Mwah.